You have a voice
I
now.
have power.
Oh. We have some amazing guests with us today, and I would like to introduce you to them now. First of all, immediately to my right, we have the illustrious, the fantastic, the absolutely flamboyantly amazing, gorgeous Peter New. Peter New, everyone. And next to him, certainly not to be outdone in any way, the absolutely toque-wearing, amazingly talented raccoon clothing person. It is Brian Doe, everyone. And absolutely the prettiest of the four, if I may say, an absolute queen, and much better than Peter in every... No, I'm kidding. No.
Oh, you're kidding? That means he likes me.
It's true. And we love Miss Kathy Westluck. And for the least cringeworthy introduction of all, the amazing
that
and
sounds
returning...
like a challenge. Does that sound like a challenge to you guys?
Yes. The least cringeworthy
the returning and amazing Mackenzie Gray, everyone. To us by the amazing and wonderful and fantastic. I'm looking for all my amazing words to use. Yes, superlative, exactly.
Remarkable.
From Tabitha St. Germain wrote this script. So we're very, very happy to have this script. For those who don't know, Tabitha will be joining us tomorrow for autographs. Her and Ellie Ray, in fact. That was kind of a last-minute addition to our schedule. With that said, this script was written for very different characters, and we're forcing them to do it. So they're going to make the most of it, and we've already gone through a run-through, and it was hilarious. I was having a hard time keeping a straight face. So let's see how this goes.
Should we say who we're playing?
Yes, absolutely. Why don't each of you introduce who you will be playing?
All right.
Hello, my name is Peter New. I normally play Big Macintosh. In this script, I'll be playing Dr. Hooves, who luckily I have played. Discord, who luckily I have played. And Applejack.
Brian Doe Chua. Normally I play Timber Spruce, but I'm not playing Timber Spruce today. I will be playing Pinkie Pie. That's going to be fun. And Thesia Thunder, the meanest mare in Ponyville.
She's very mean.
Truly.
Very mean.
Awesome. That's awesome, Brian. Oh, this thing is on. Hi, everybody. So, guess who I'm going to be playing?
Spike?
No, I wish I was, but no.
I'm going to be playing Rarity. How ironic. I know, it's a dream come true. And, Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash, everybody!
Should be fun.
I'm Mackenzie Gray, and I usually play Dandy Grandeur, the interior designer. But they have asked me, they've entrusted me with my favorite character, especially if you were here last night, Fluttershy, exactly. And Granny Smith, and the Critter.
The Critter.
And you are?
And I will be playing the honorable narrator. So, let's set the stage, everyone. Is everyone ready for this?
Right.
Oh, come on. Are you ready for this? There we go. And by the way, hello to everyone in Ponytown and everyone watching on streaming. We hope you're enjoying and doing lots of dancing animations and so forth. All right. For those who don't know, we had over 2,000 people in Ponytown watching us yesterday. So there is a lot of people. Yes. Concert was open, just saying. Buy autographs from them. You can buy it online. You can do it. Anyways. Okay. Setting the stage. Interior, Rarity shop, Ponyville, early morning. Rarity works at her sewing machine. The closed sign is on the door. The shop is empty. All of a sudden, a horn blows. Rarity looks up just in time to get hit by a blast of confetti. Pinkie has just fired her party cannon through the window.
Hi! It's Pinkie. Did you know it's only 6 o'clock in the morning? I was just wondering if you were awake. You're not doing anything, are you? Did you know your door isn't open?
I like to get a bit of work done in the quiet before the shop opens.
Good thing you're not doing anything now, though, right? Because I found this thing, and the first thing I thought was, I gotta show this to Rarity. Actually, the first thing I thought was, what is this thing? What is this thing? No, the first thing I thought was, look at this thing. Then I thought what I just said, and then I was like, I gotta show this to Twilight, but she's never up this early. But I thought who was ever up this early is only a crazy pony would be up this early, and that's what I thought. Rarity's crazy! Look at what I found, Rarity.
She holds out a dirty bundle. Rarity leans forward.
Oh, a patchwork doll of something? What is it?
It's a manatee, or an anteater, or an amoeba,
No. Is it a rabbit?
or a rat. Oh, a rabbit!
It looks very old, lovely stitching, beautiful material. Where did you find it?
I was running back and forth, and 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 back and forth in Thunderfield, and there it was, it just lying there.
You were in Thunderfield, but it's haunted by the ghost of Thesia Thunder, the meanest pony to ever live in Ponyville.
That's the one. That's where I found it.
Eugh. It probably belonged to one of the fillies Thesia used to frighten when she was still alive. Remember how she used to charge at any pony who came anywhere near her field?
And it was the best shortcut to school.
Exterior, the road to school, many years ago. Young Rarity, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Applejack are stopped by the side of the road waiting for Fluttershy, who is getting a gopher, petting a gopher.
His name is Silly Teeth. Isn't that precious? He wants me to meet his friend. Can we just wait just a little longer, please?
Flutters, darling, we're going to be late for school. Again!
We were only late the time with the squirrel and the raccoons. Okay, some sheep. And you have to admit, the stink bugs were adorable. Little stinkers.
Yay! More detention! More is always good, right?
Oh, we keep being late for school and all in detention for the rest of our lives.
Not this time. Let's cut across this field.
Ooh, the one with the giant sign saying keep out or else?
Well, it doesn't say keep out Rarity, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, and Fluttershy. It's so non-specific.
I call that go time.
Look! There's school on the other side! So close I can almost taste it.
Her tongue reaches across the field and licks the school. Because cartoon.
Weird.
I'm going.
They follow Rainbow over the fence.
What do y'all reckon that is?
A cloud of dust, like a tornado, hurtles towards them. They can just make out a terrifying mare, nostrils wide, as she heaves out clouds of pure, galloping rage.
That's Thesia Thunder.
Oh, I think I remember her. The meanest pony in Ponyville?
Run!
The giant mare bears down on them. And back to interior Rarity's shop.
Remember how she used to yell like that? Good times. And she blasted us with her horn. So mean.
So mean.
It was like she went to mean school.
And now she haunts the field.
Or so they say. Those that live to tell the tale. Or so they say. Because if they didn't live, they could tell the tale and we'd never know, because...
She draws a line across her neck.
Weren't you scared?
Nah, that's why I ran back and forth and 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 back and forth, so she couldn't get me. Also, it's morning. Everyone knows what ghosts don't come out in the day.
Suddenly, a pale hoof reaches between Rarity and Pinky towards the doll.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. We're not open yet.
Except the window, that's open. That's how I got in, because the door's closed. Which wouldn't have bothered me, but it's also locked, so you must have come through the window too, which is amazing because it means we both had the same idea at the same time. Aren't we cool?
She holds her hoof up for a high hoof.
We're like the same pony, except I'm pink and you're really, 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 really pale. Nice to meet you. What'll it be?
Sorry, we're not open quite yet. However, since you're here, was there anything in particular you were looking for?
Friend?
She gestures towards them.
Oh, yes. Pinky's my friend. She does specialize in friendly.
The customer just stares at her.
And I specialize in frocks.
Rarity goes to the dress rack. She pulls out a dress.
Now, with your milky complexion, I might suggest something like this.
But when she turns around, there is no sign of the customer or Pinky, but...
Rarity! Help!
Exterior, the street outside Rarity's shop. Rarity runs outside.
Pinky! Pinky, where are you? Pinky!
Ambling down the sidewalk with a cart full of apples is...
Hold on to your holler. Celestia's barely unpacked the sun. Half of Ponyville ain't even had their morning oats.
Sorry. It's just that Pinky's been pony napped.
Just then, Dr. Hooves stands up in Granny's apple cart.
Nobody move! Everyone stay where you are and assume the position.
Rarity and Granny both put hooves on the cart, while the doctor speedily whips out a curiously blank piece of paper, depositing it back within his mane just as rapidly.
Oh, my sincerest apologies for starting any sort of startle and stir. My name is the Doctor, and...
Say again?
Doctor. First name Doctor, last name Doctor. Sort of operates as a nom de guerre as well as an operational career title, as it fits. It's who I am and what I do.
Wherever did you come from?
Wherever there's an issue to be had. Here, there, everywhere, nowhere, less where and more when, but that's beside the point.
Well, this is the second time in one day someone's come out of nowhere. But more importantly, an unnaturally pale lady snatched Pinky.
A pony snatcher.
And who are you?
Smith. Granny Smith. S.A.O. Job.
I'm not familiar.
Sweet apple orchard. Just over the hill. How did you get in my apple cart?
That's need to know, madam. Unnaturally pale, Miss Rarity? That's what you said? Any other description of the miscreant or phenomenon?
Well, she was exceptionally tall.
Ah, tall, right.
Sort of see-through.
See-through.
Yes, if I think of it, I could see the door right through her flank, and that was odd because it was still locked.
Locked! You didn't think anything else was odd about that?
In what way?
Is it possible you might have done something, disturbed some soil, insulated the memory of a dear departed pony, angered a few major or minor deities, or taken an artifact in such a way that you might have woken a spirit?
Oh, of course not. Pinky had just come from running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in Thunderfield, where she found a strange doll, which that got us talking about how mean old Thesia Thunder used to be when we were fillies, when suddenly the see-through pony showed up and reached for the doll, and we were surprised because we hadn't heard her come in, and next thing I turn around and I hear Pinky yelling for help, but no one was there.
Well, don't be alarmed. But it sounds like you've raised a ghost.
Ooh, Wiggly. Wait for it.
All right.
Alarmed? Me? Oh, a ghost? All right. I see.
She fades. Interior, Thunderfield Mansion. A falling down ghost mansion sits mid-Thunderfield. Inside, in the gray decaying kitchen, Pinky sits, tied to a chair. Thesia watches her balefully.
What kind of party are we having? Got any cookies, candy, cake, or pie?
Thesia stares.
Muffins? And that's a big no-be-no-ski. Cough. What do you do for fun?
Nothing.
I have a cannon. If you untie me, I can show you. Okay, this is fun. Oh, duh. Is this musical chairs? 'Cause it's better with more ponies and no ropes.
Thesia stares.
And music. I know any music. Okay, I'll start. Oh, old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I.
She gets up, still tied to the chair, and tries to run around.
Run, run!
Pinky sits back down.
Guess I still have the chair. Mr. Shot, you're supposed to run for the stairs when the music stops. If you're still standing, you're out. So you're out. I win. Or how about we try that again? All together now. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Ow.
A little critter jumps onto the table.
Really small manatee here with a really small manatee there. Really small manatee here and a really small manatee there. Music stopped. Run, run!
She runs around the table, still tied to the chair. She stops running.
Okay. I win. Is it cheating if the chair is tied to my bum? Want to turn in the chair? You haven't quite got the hang of this, but I bet if we run it about 50 more times, you'll catch on. Hey, what's your manatee's name?
Interior, Fluttershy's house. Afternoon.
She's gone, Flutters. Pinky, our lifelong friend. A great light has gone out.
Rarity is lying across Fluttershy's couch, being fanned by a raccoon. To the raccoon.
Thank you, darling. What's the raccoon's name, Flutters?
Him? Oh, that's dumpster crust.
Who?
It sounds better in raccoon.
Now look here, Miss Fluttershy. If you could focus, please. Ignore the bereaved and otherwise occupied.
Bereaved? Then Pinky is...
We need your animal expertise.
An animal ate Pinky!
No. Need you to identify
The remains...
the plushie.
He holds out the patchwork doll.
Oh, that's obvious. It's a...
Oh, Pinky! I failed you. Some creature has stolen you before your time. Too soon, too soon.
It's a gopher.
Rarity sits up.
A gopher? Like gopher?
And where would one find a gopher? Is there a difference between a gopher and a gopher? What are the woodchucks?
Well, they're all over, but the ones I know live in Thunderfield.
You mean the fields owned by the late Thesia Thunder?
The meanest pony in Ponyville. They're naturally pale because not alive anymore, Thesia Thunder.
That's the one.
Interior, Thunder Mansion. Horn glowing. Thesia transports a Pinky, still tied up, down a dark corridor. Eyes in the portraits of bygone ponies follow her from the walls. A little too alive.
Hey, you know what? It's been fun, but it's almost dark out. Did you know this house is supposed to be haunted? Ooh, haunted is so cool. So I'd be okay if coming back tomorrow to play if you still want to be friends. Hello?
By this time, they are at the bedroom. Thesia floats Pinky in and plops her on the bed. A cloud of dust rises.
Oh, that's a lot of dust.
The door slams. Outside, the sun goes down. Panicked, Pinky looks around. On the bedside is a photo of Thesia, younger in happier times. And on her back is a smiling gopher.
Wow, that can't be her. Because that's really old and she, don't fall asleep, Pinky. I will not fall asleep. Ghosts will get you if you fall asleep. You can't make me fall asleep.
She's out cold. Outside, the moon rises on the barren field and crooked tree and dilapidated mansion. Little shadows slither up out of the ground. Exterior, the edge of Thunderfield in the moonlight. Doctor Who's, Rarity, and Fluttershy stand by the broken sign, keep out or else.
The sign. Keep out or else. Where is Spike when you need him? Clearly we should go home.
But where's the adventure in that? Besides, I doubt its applicability-ness. The sign is old. Also, does it say keep out doctor and curious concerned compatriots? No, it does not.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Doctor Who's clambers over the fence, as graceful as a wagon performing ballet. And with a similar result. As we hear a muffled impact, shaking himself off, he talks into the recorder.
10:45, night of abduction. Followed lead to Thunderfield. Have breached outer perimeter. No physical evidence of victim apparent. Wait! You all see that?
Shadow seems to steam up from the ground.
See what? The dark shadows rising all over the field? Oh.
Fluttershy stares as a tornado forms, a cloud of rage at the center of which is Thesia Thunder, galloping, staring for them. Interior, the ghost mansion, bedroom. Pinky lies on the bed, out cold. The moon is high in the sky. Pinky, dreaming, slips out of her body. In a blink, she is next to the moon. There's a door in its side. Still tied up, she knocks on the moon door. Discord answers.
Hey, are you tied up?
Discord holds up a mirror.
Oh, it's like I'm talking to myself.
Are you busy?
I like to work things out and it's quiet before I wake up and start talking.
Green cheese?
He takes a hunk of the moon in the shape of a puzzle piece and hands it to Pinky. They eat.
I'm a little concerned my musical church buddy is a ghost.
Does she not say much and seem to want something? Is she see-through?
Wow. Yes.
So see-through.
Right. What?
What does she want?
She wants to stare? Or maybe her eyes are stuck?
Ghosts are ghosts because they get stuck on something they did or wanted to do. They can't solve without a body.
Well, she doesn't talk, like talk. But she did say friend. Rarity thought she meant me, but she didn't mean me. I think she means the manatee doll. Manatee.
Pinky wakes in the ghostly bedroom, sitting bolt upright. The little critter is staring at her. Back to Thunderfield. Crazy Ghost Mare bears down on Doctor Who's Fluttershy and Rarity. Rah!
Oh, goodbye, Fluttershy. Goodbye, whoever you said you were.
It's the doctor. Blimey!
Suddenly, Pinky pops out of a hole in the ground right in front of the galloping mare. With her is the critter. The mare's hooves dig into the dust as she breaks. A hair's breadth from Rarity, Doctor Who's, and Fluttershy.
Hi, guys. Can I have that?
She grabs the ancient plushie from Doctor Who's and holds it up to Thesia's ghost.
You want this, right? Friend? I get it now. Your friend is the manatee.
The critter stands beside her, arms crossed. It jabbers at Thesia. Thesia hangs her head, defeated.
I just want everybody to know, as a quick pause, that is in fact what it says.
140.
Yes, it's finish on acid. Here we go. All right.
What she said.
Then the critter turns around and jabbers at the other ponies.
It.
And that's you, Mackenzie. 142.
142. Oh.
142. Fluttershy.
We've gone. I forgot all that. I thought another.
We're wrapped up in all the
I know. Well, we have another. Hey, Oh.
IKEA.
And 143.
Miss Thunder, she wants to protect the field.
I forgot
because,
mine.
oh, say it.
I was waiting for your stuff to finish.
I was.
Okay, I'll go now. What's
It.
IKEA? Yeah. What? Oh, what?
Miss Thunder, she wants to protect the field because gophers live here. Hundreds of them. They have forever. She's the only one who knows how to run a path through the field without damaging their dens. She was protecting them.
That's so weird. Because manatees live here too. Hundreds of them. They have a city under the field. I was there.
It. They're gophers, Pinky. Manatees live in the ocean.
I did not know that. That is a thing I did not know.
So, Miss Thunder got a rather unscrupulous reputation for being sticky and ethereal and mean, but all this time...
She was just making sure the gopher holes didn't get trampled. She's so kind. We had it all wrong.
I'm so embarrassed.
She was being a friend, a good friend. I'm so sorry, Miss Thunder.
We had no idea what a good friend you were.
But we do now.
All over the field, the shadows that rose can clearly be seen in the moonlight for what they are. Gophers. They circle around Thesia and sing. Thesia's angry expression melts, turning into one of affection. She smiles at the gophers and at the friends, and, still smiling, fades into the moonlight.
So, What's a manatee?
Fred. And scene, everyone. That's it. And once again, huge thank you to Tabitha St. Germain for providing that amazing script.
Yes.
And also
Thanks,
to
Tabitha.
Doc, if you're in the audience, for rewriting the characters for us and making all that work for us. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. All right, so the remainder of the time is actually some time that we have with these amazing, particularly, but everyone really, particularly Mr. Peter New here and Kathy Westluck. Since they are only here today, we thought we would offer you the chance to ask some questions of the guests and see if there's anything that you might want to learn about voice acting, about their characters, and just anything that might interest you for them. Keep in mind that everyone here will also be signing autographs, so if you have a question for them, you can certainly ask those as well. But we welcome any questions. Why don't we start a line?
There's one over there. He's had his hand up.
Yeah, okay.
Behind you.
We will need a mic so that they can hear us online, so I can give up mine. That's fine. We can just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fellow in the green hat had his hand up first. So.
Fellow in the green hat had his hand
Person,
up.
I can't see it.
Person in the green hat.
The person in the green hat.
So this is for Kathy Westlock. So why didn't you voice Spike in Pony Life?
I was wondering, and now I'm satisfied.
We got the scripts with our names on.
It was just a creative choice where I thought that I had said and done everything I could with Spike, the original Spike, and it just felt like the right thing to do, the right thing to end it that way. It doesn't mean, so for the record, everybody's, would you do Spike again? Would you do Spike again? Of course. Doesn't everybody want to know what happened in all those years?
Yes. So, like, I'm here, right? Still kind of taking care of castles and doing some sandblasting and stuff like that, right? But yeah, no, if it happened, I'd be right here to do that. I would never not do Spike, my Spike.
Good answer, too.
This question is for Peter.
Hello, what's your name?
My name's Jason.
Jason, hi, how are you?
Pretty good. A little chilly, but
Yeah.
that's the weather.
That's why I'm wearing the hoodie.
So a number of years ago, I think I remember you had a website dedicated to trying to serve as a central hub for people who want.
That was Lee Tokar.
The what?
Lee Tokar had that site.
Okay, Lee Tokar.
Fan base, I think it was called, or something like that. Fan built, yeah.
Vanbuilt. Yes, I
Yeah.
wanted to get the name of that.
Yeah, but that was Lee Tokar, not me.
Okay.
But good idea, I supported it, yeah.
So Lee Tokart?
Tockar.
Yeah. He played, was it Snips or Snails? He played one of Snips or Snails. Can't remember which. Snips?
Yeah.
Snips! Oh yeah, he was the big Stephen Magnet. Yeah. So that was him. That's the guy who had it.
Okay.
Hey, and Gummy. He was Gummy.
And a brief comment directed towards Kathy.
Yes.
I'm doing a stream night right now, and we're doing a rewatch of Cyber 6 right now, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
Your old work still holds up fantastically well.
Thank you. I would love that show to continue. Everybody's wondering, or wondered, that loves cyber sex. Okay, now
There was a woman in the lobby today. It's a long story.
You know how many times we said that way back in whatever it was. It's such a great show, and I still would love to continue it because it was left as a cliffhanger, and we were all ready to continue, and we did not. So we still love to do that. We still have our voices,
Do you know what
except
show?
for Andrew Francis, who of course aged quite a bit more. He played a little young boy named Julian.
Yeah.
So he's got a beautiful big voice now. But Mike Dobson played Lucas, my love interest.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what show I'd like to do again? I'd like to do more Roy's Dream Cakes. That's what I want to do.
God.
You've never heard of it, have you?
Tell-
Of course not.
Roy, what was it? Richard, it was
It was
called
called
something-
Roy's Dream Team or something like that.
Yeah.
It was about a little dog who played soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It was cute.
it was in the UK, wasn't it?
I think it like
Okay.
it
tried
hit
to
kind
be.
of big in Korea.
Was it Korea?
Yeah.
And
But that's probably
Andrew,
not our
Show we did
voices.
a long time ago.
Yeah, a long
Andrew
time ago.
Francis, who you were mentioning, when he was about 14, he started doing voice work. and we were all on a series called Action Man. And Andrew played this young guy, and he had a kind of like wheezy little kid's voice, but all very rough. And he would come in every day with a big giant thing from 7-Eleven, a Slurpee, ice stuff, and he'd wreck his voice every day.
Yep, every day.
So Mike Dobson and I took him aside one day, and we threw his Slurpee out in the sink, and we made him some tea, and we got him some hot liquid, and we said, "You never drink iced drinks when you're doing voice work. We're gonna beat you up every time you bring one of those in here." And we made him drink tea. And when his mother came to pick him up, because she had to back then, we told her what we had done, and she said, "Oh, thank goodness, I've been trying to get him off these stupid Slurpees." And I said, "Well, we're not letting him in the room if he's got one with him. And he's got to come in with tea and hot liquid every time. He's going to wreck his voice and he'll kill his career."
And it only took the threat of violence.
Yeah, yes, and Dobson and I are both big, tall guys, and Andrew was little then. So he listened to us, and he did it. And so at the end of the series, he was in every episode, and he'd made money. And he bought himself a car. He was only 15 by the time we finished. And he bought himself a car so he'd be ready to have a car to drive when he could legally get his license. And he always said that car he owed that car to Mike Dobson and me.
Because he would have spent all his money on Slurpees otherwise?
Yeah, probably. But anyway, the car he bought was a Golf, a VW Golf. That's a kid for you. Anyway, funny Andy Francis story. There you go.
Okay, this question's for everybody. Okay, your character you played, how would they react if they came to this convention?
How would they act if they came to this convention?
Yep.
Who?
Like any character.
Big Macintosh would just walk around the convention and periodically he'd go, "Yep." Or he'd go, "Nope." And that's what he'd do. He would just quietly judge things.
Yeah.
He would be in favor of it.
Yeah.
I think Timber doesn't have a lot of experience with the outside world, outside of camp. So I think he'd be pretty in awe of how many people are around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, like for Spike, outside of cleaning walls and stuff like that, and being on ladders, stuff like that, probably go around making some friends. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Dandy Grandeur would say, this gray wall has to go. It's awful. It's earth tones. Oh. He'd walk through this hotel and redecorate it. And it would be very glossy and lots of mylar and bright lights and gold trim and everybody be in very flamboyant uniforms.
Did you say fur trim? Fur?
Fur,
yeah.
Or any kind of trim, really. I think that's what Dandy would do. Yes.
Thank you for the question.
Good question.
Hi, so this is inspired by the question that led to the, I think it was Cyber 6, how it just kind of ended abruptly. So I grew up with the good Saddam Sonic. I grew up with Reboot, and I still feel physical pain every time I think about how Reboot ended but didn't end. So question is, what series or shows have you been involved in that is like the most frustrating that it stopped running and didn't get renewed to its conclusion and it just ends on a cliffhanger for eternity?
Cyber 6 and My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Chuck's Choice and Little's Pet Shop.
Well, I think it could continue. I still do,
sure.
don't you? Yeah. Don't you? What happened in the middle? That's all. That's my answer. Cyber
Chuck's
6.
Choice and Little's Pet Shop for me.
Which shows that you did second ended that you would like to see? How do you feel?
You and I did a show called World Trigger.
I love that show. You guys should see World
It's
Trigger.
a really
I love
great
that show.
anime series. And yeah, we don't know what's going on after season 3. Season 2 and 3 are out now, but we don't know what's going on with season 4.
Doesn't mean nothing's going to continue.
Yeah, because the manga artist I think has poor health, and so I think they're having a hard time.
Don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a great show.
Yeah.
World Trigger. Enemy. I agree.
I think there's shows that have ended for me because I play villains a lot. That I get killed at the end of them.
That doesn't mean you can't come back.
Lolly Rocks, I mean, Action Man we thought would come back and they didn't. but it wasn't like a cliffhanger. It wasn't leaving anyone hanging. There was a series many, many years ago, I don't know if anyone remembers it, called Sherlock Holmes in the 21st Century. And I think they've changed it now to 22nd, they've renamed it. But there were a lot of, each episode was its own thing, but it was a great fun series to do, and then it just didn't continue. So there's things like that for me. I've not been in a cliffhanger that wasn't resolved in animation anyway. So, but, you know, I'm in Ninjago Dragons Rising now. And my character is currently in a cliffhanger, so I'm hoping that...
Don't die.
I'm available, still
Don't
here.
die.
Actually, I got nominated for an actor award for animation voice for that role, and which was very nice, and thank you. Thank you. And so I'm hoping that will trigger them to say, yeah, let's bring him back. Because otherwise I'm in a cage somewhere in the middle of nowhere. So,
We all are.
yeah. Anyway, thank you. Good question. Good question.
Great question.
My question's a vain one. Would you guys like to see my MLP sleeve?
I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Tattoo sleeve.
Would we like to see your tattoo sleeve?
Yes.
Sure, why not? Oh, here, the whole strip tease is happening.
Can I video it? Can I put it on my TikTok?
Oh, wow.
All right. So hang on a second.
Wow.
Nice.
That's one of the
Nice
most...
job.
We're looking at, what's your name? Looking at Anton's tattoo sleeve. Look at that. Wow.
Well done.
That's dedication right there.
Beautiful.
For those who can't see, we've got Spike, we've got Fluttershy, we've
Kudos,
got
kudos.
Big Mac, Applejack,
Wow.
Discord at the top, Luna, Cadence,
Nice.
everybody, and all the show styles.
Was that your design, or was it the tattoo artist's design? Oh, great. So the tattoo artist is a fan as well. That's great. It looks great.
Nice.
Terrific.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Maybe we can sign that later.
Yeah, it will tattoo sign it. Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet ya. Well, first off, you guys all remember Inuyasha, right?
Hi,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, when Yasha Haim Half Demon Princess came out, while of course it's not done by Ocean Studios, but done by a different company, and even though that they brought most of the cast from the original show, I noticed they didn't bring some of them, like, what was his name?
I
Don
didn't
Brown,
get
was
brought
it?
over.
Like, he used to voice Jock, but then someone else took over. I'm curious why they didn't bring him back.
We never
We don't know the answer to that, I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
That's a producer's decision.
Yep.
You know, when they take an animation series that's been very popular, like Transformers or whatever, and then they make it into a big movie, they used to bring the original casts along. But in the last 20, 30 years, maybe 20 years, what they call stunt casting has taken over the animation world. So they want big name stars who come in and do the voices. And in some cases that works very well. Like, you know, Mike Myers is Shrek, you know, Antonio Banderas is the Puss in Boots or whatever. It works very well, but in a lot of cases, some of the big names aren't very good voice actors. It's not that they're not good actors, it's a different thing to be able to lift it off the page. And so people get upset. So, you know, Gary Chalk was Optimus Prime. He's Optimus Prime to fans all over the world, and they didn't use him in the movie. And it's unthinkable to fans that they didn't use Optimus Prime, who's still alive and well and doing great voice work everywhere.
And sounds like Optimus Prime.
And sounds like just when he talks, you know. So we don't know why the decisions are made. It's often to try and add sales to the thing,
Yeah.
you know, to an audience that wouldn't have been, say, fans of that series. If they've got a big star in it, then people will go because of the big star.
I was talking to some up and up producer type at Sony a few years ago, and she told me that the reason that they like to do the stunt casting is ultimately because those big name stars can go on to the late night talk shows.
Yeah.
We can't get onto the late night talk shows. We're not big enough names. And so that way they get free publicity for the movie.
Laura, Akane's here.
Hi guys.
Hi.
All right, so I want to do like my Apple Bloom impression.
Please do.
Hold on.
Do it.
I'm
Why, howdy be, Mike. Hey, Spike.
Howdy.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad at all. Have to talk to Michelle about that. She'd seem to think that's cool. Nice
Thank
work.
you.
Thank
Good
you.
work.
Yeah. Cheers.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I have two questions. One is shorter than the other, so I'll go with the first one. This is directed to Sir Brian Doe. I wanted to ask first, how old was it ever disclosed in the script, the age of Timber Spruce? It's what I've been trying to figure out. I don't know if he's in his late teen years or early teen years, because he seems like he's older than he is.
Yeah, so he, in the breakdown of the audition, it's specifically said, if I recall, 16 to 17.
Okay.
Is what I remember about it. Yeah. We get a little, I think how those audition scripts were formatted, we got, or in my case, I got the age. I also got a brief character description of the personality of who the character was, and then I just got a bunch of random lines. And I basically just made up what was going on in the context of what I was talking about, right? Until I got the full script and I was able to kind of piece things together. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. That's
Further to that, sometimes when we get descriptions for an audition, they'll give you so many voice references that don't make any sense.
It's true.
Like they conflict. So they'll say they want them to be like
Across the
Robert De Niro and Peter O'Toole, and you go, okay,
Yeah.
and you got to figure that out. And sometimes you choose one rather than the other.
Do you know what I do in those cases? I ignore it. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But
Jack Black and Donald Sutherland?
But I say the voice references on this, they didn't actually have voice references. They didn't say be like this. But some shows, it's crazy, the references.
In the old days, we never got that.
No.
We would just make sure we had the picture and go with the picture first.
Yeah.
I think any actor would prefer having a picture and not even necessarily descriptions. I mean, back in the day, we didn't get everything that we have now. Picture, description, dialogue, references. We didn't have that. You're lucky if you got much of a description.
No. We've all seen that commercial.
Yeah. Half the
Is that what
time,
it's called?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Half the time, I find that the description they give you is just what's in the plot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I have read the script. I thank you for interpreting it for me in a way that I already understand. That helps me at all zero.
And thank God for the directors then too, because then they
Yeah.
can sort of
Yeah.
interpret for you what the heck. And in the early days again, that dates me very far back, by the way. We would go in person for everything. We would have,
Yeah.
as depending on how many characters that we were auditioning for, you would get anywhere from 10 minutes to 20. If you had more, I used to cast as well, and we had plenty of time and took the time, because actors always had ideas that we may not, know how to suss out or get out of them. And it was great. It was very organic.
And sometimes you have to, at an audition, if you feel, they lay out all the different sides there, and so you can see, well, there's a character, maybe I could read for that. And you can ask them, but you have nothing to go by because you've just got the sides. But that can be liberating, actually. And I was auditioning for Tony Hawk, one of the Tony Hawk cartoons, and they were sending me in as the mayor, and there were all sorts of guys there who did the fuddy-duddy mayor so well, like why even bother? There's a couple of actors, who they can do that kind of mayor guy, and they do it really great. And I saw this stoner guy, this a beach stoner who gets involved with Tony Hawk, and I thought, hey, I'd love to play that, but they think of me as, in fact, the guy who directed it refers to me as Mr. Masterpiece Theater sometimes. and so they were like, no, I don't think so. And I said, no, let me read for it. And I told him I just toured with Tom Waits, and I think I can do it. And so he said, okay, well, do that. And the Tony Hawk guys were there. They said, yeah, let's do it. So I kind of did the stoner guy, played him out like this,
Oh my
and
God.
oh yeah, that's cool, man. And the director who directed me in a million shows had no idea I could do it.
No, exactly.
He had no idea.
Exactly.
He was shocked, and I got that role.
Yeah.
So
And back in the day, you had the time to demonstrate what you felt you could do.
yeah.
And that was a good casting person. They had budget back then, and everybody
wanted to be in front of each other or wasn't quick and dirty. And having, you know, taught and done the casting and directing too, my heart goes out to new actors who have to take these audition sides and they're at home by themselves, trying to figure out what direction to go in, whether that's the right spot or not. It's crazy town. You don't have a director or casting person to help you.
Yeah, we miss that.
So it's very different now than it used to be.
I think that the audition for Timber was probably one of my last in-person auditions that I've had. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, outside of the anime stuff that we do, like a lot of it is MP3 now. So in the case of auditioning for Timber, I was able to go into the studio and ask the director a bunch of questions about, okay, so is the rock quarry a good thing or a bad thing? Do we like that? You're saying that it's off limits, but is it a good thing or a bad thing? Right, so I was able to kind of formulate some more choices based off of just that creative collaboration. You know, nowadays, we kind of just have to make it up on our own at home.
Video games, they're still directed, and I did one recently, and wow, what a fantastic director. And it's like, I'm not a big wine drinker, but it's like having coffee chocolate, a really good glass of wine or a really good coffee, because the person just knows, they get into you and they go, okay, do that again, project that way, but I want another 6 feet. And this time, because you're not a trained military person, you're a regular person out there, I need to hear some of that raw stuff and that emotion. And there's a little bit of fear, even though you can, like, and I'm like, oh my God, I just don't want to stop talking to this director. Because they care, and that's the way it always was.
Right. Yeah.
It was always that way. And so
what I'll say is,
yep.
Thank you. It's true. Thank you.
I love your way.
I was just going to say that some directors, you know, you do appreciate the good directors, and there are many, and especially on Pony, it was great. There's one well-known casting director, I won't say the name, not casting director, but director, and he gives you line reads all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you all know who I'm talking about. And so if you resist it, as actors do, if you tell the actors saying, I want that apple now, you know, and you'll never do it like, I want that apple now. You'll do it any other way because you don't want to copy the line reading. And you learn with that director that you must do the exact line reading he wants, whether it goes against your instinct or not, because you won't move forward till you do it. And when I first worked with him, I thought, well, okay, he's giving me a phrase, you know, like he's talking around it. No, he wanted it exactly as he did it. And so, you know, you get what you never have overtime on those shows because, you know, you just do it fast and there it is. But it's really lovely when you get a director like you were talking about, where they just guide you, they let you play, they give you freedom, you know.
Gordon Hunt was another one. Gordon Hunt a long time ago. But even commercials, I know you've asked one question, we're expanding here, but when you do commercial voiceover as well, it depends on the crew. It depends on either there's going to be one director or a set of directors. And one actor that we all know a long time ago, who's a pro, who's been doing this for a long, long time, had to do 2 words 31 times.
Yeah.
And you just have to.
Yeah.
You've done it. There's probably only 6 ways to do it, but you do it.
What was your? So you had a second question, or did we answer?
Well, I think we're going to have to move on.
Okay, all right. Okay.
We got a long line here.
All right.
So thank you very much for the question, though.
Thank you for the question.
Let's keep going.
Hello.
I was wondering, I do musical theater stuff and some other theater productions. I'm not doing any productions this year because I'm in high school and I just don't have the time.
Fair enough.
But I was wondering, like, how do you guys go about taking care of your voices and, like, getting, like, the voice the way you want it to be and not destroying your voice? You already talked about it a little bit with the...
Many years of experience.
It's about, well, breathing, looking after your voice, not, you know, if you have to yell or scream in a role on stage, you got to do it 8 times a week, whatever, or if you're in a cartoon where you're screaming, yelling, you have to remember to use, you know, back off the mic a bit, and you also have to know, get all the air out of you, so you have to breathe in fresh, because it reopens your larynx. So, you know, so if you do a, ah! Right? I immediately breathe in afterwards and open my larynx again. Because if I don't, if I keep it all tight, you'll tear your larynx. And so there's all sorts of tricks that you learn over time about how to preserve your voice. And also we drink, as we were talking earlier, warm liquids, hot tea. You don't have ice cold things because it tightens everything up.
Don't
You know?
have
Room
milk
temperature.
or cream before a session, before you go on stage. Don't have anything that clogs up your throat like that.
Well, I
And-
can't drink milk.
Well,
so
there you go.
probably-
Well, who
There
knew?
you go.
But also make sure that the breaths you are taking are diaphragmatic breaths
Yes.
and not into your chest, because that tenses you all up here. But if you breathe into your belly, then you extend your breath downward and you create this power in your breath that you won't have out of the chest breath.
Do you have a straw?
Straw? Well, I mean, I acquire those.
I encourage you to get a straw,
Yes.
and I do this every day. My voice coach tells me to do it 5 minutes every hour. I do my best to do that. Do I do it all the time? No, I should. And I basically, what I like to do is I like to put the straw in water, and I basically just buzz. I just go, and I just keep doing that. And what
It's helping too. You're actually getting kind of good these days.
He has a car like that, too.
I worked with Peter like 12 years ago on one of my first things. That's a big compliment, sir. That's a big
No, it's
compliment.
huge. It's huge. Another 12 years, you'll actually be good.
But if you look after your voice, and also theater, where you're starting, I can't think of a better training ground for your voice than theater. All right? Because you've got to be able to hit the back wall and the front row with equal force and measure, and you need to breathe from your diaphragm. You need to find where your voice sits in your body. And it's no different. You know, on a mic, I can talk quietly like this. On stage, I can talk quietly like this. Can you hear it? At the back? Right? It's just a matter of where you place your voice. But you've got to keep your voice in good shape. As we all know, if we have something coming up, we don't go out in the cold. You don't try and strain your voice. You know?
I think, too, the technical aspects are really important. But from my perspective from long time ago, I think you have to come with a certain contained energy to know that you cannot speak less than a certain volume, and to focus on the acting. So energy, clarity, making it visual, and taking directions are my 4 signposts. Energy, clarity, and not paying so much attention on speaking properly, because then you start to think like this. If you get too technical, it becomes a left brain exercise, and it's very, very difficult for directors to direct you, because you're thinking about doing something with a word rather than letting go, being in the setting, and being able to respond to the other actors that you're listening to. So that's kind of where I've come from too. And of course, then you learn as time goes by when you're starting not to yell and scream. Because, you know, about opening up, etc., we very rarely, at least in my training, very rarely use the diaphragm at all. We use this section unless you're in He-Man from a long time ago, or Dragon Ball Z, where you're screaming all the time, and then you have no choice but to be in that zone. So I like to come from that perspective, because it can get very thinky, and you can get locked in a little bit. You can't let go when you're acting a bit.
So about 10,000 million different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what works for you?
I think it tends to reflect the characters that you all perform as well. Like that's actually interesting.
Thank you so much for your question.
Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Good question, yes.
Yeah. There's more if you ever want to know more.
Yeah, you can ask us on the floor then.
Yeah, we're actually good till 2:15 because autographs is until 2:30.
So can we just say no more people in the line? But we'll
that's
get to everybody
yeah,
in the line. How
That's
about that?
what. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Am I allowed to ask for you to do voices from your characters here?
Yep.
Okay. Can I hear Big Mac and Spike duet "Never Gonna Give You Up"?
It's never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and hurt you.
Never gonna give you up.
Like that?
Never gonna let you down. I don't know the tune, I'm sorry. I wanted to get you something oh so rare.
Who am I thinking about?
Rarity!
Peter did better.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
That's an original question.
So, this is kind of directed at Brian, because I now remember that you're the VA for Kingdom.
Oh, yes.
But what is like sort of your favorite moment from any series that you just gotta choose scenery and just make it like, just make the scene your own? From directed to just everybody, but also like kind of Brian, because I'm also interested to see, you know that scene.
I was literally going to say that scene.
That scene.
It's a scene where basically he talks to a bunch of villagers in a village, and it's all old, elderly. It's all just it's women, children, and the elderly, and he basically says, "You all need to fight this approaching army, or we're all gonna die, and I'm gonna fight with you." And he's decked out in gold, fighting alongside all of these villagers from like neighboring areas, and it was like a good 5-6 minute monologue, I think, and that was really fun to do and just kind of chew on that. It was a challenge. Yeah, it was really fun. I'd say that one for sure.
I just got to play in the Ninjago Dragons Rising. My character is called Dorama. And Dorama is a big theatrical entrepreneur hambone who has sided with the bad guys to make his shows better, to be more theatrical.
So typecasting.
And typecasting. And it was every roll down and a very theatrical thing, and oh my gosh! And it was so much fun to overact like crazy. Like really, because that's what he's all about. And in fact, I rolled my R's so many times that the director would say, let's just do one rolled R in that sequence, okay? Because we don't have the time, you know. But it was so much fun to just be a big ham bone. So that's been a lot of fun. Anyway, you got one that you like to eat this juicy? Yes?
No.
No?
Do the scenery with?
Yeah.
I think I tuned out.
I think I've seen you chew the scenery.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like anything from Littlest Pet Shop. I did about 70 voices in Littlest Pet Shop, so it was always
Dragon
an
Ball.
opportunity for me
Dragon
to do
Ball.
something stupid and strange and different and weird and wonderful.
Thanks for the question. It was great.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you have any favourite scenes that you filmed, scenes you really enjoyed creating?
Any films, did you say?
Sorry, just any scenes which sort of stick out in your head now. As
Any
the-
scenes?
Anything that you've worked on. Just, you know, sometime when you were saying, you know, that section of that episode or that
So
particular episode
there's all
was really
sorts
good.
of reasons why one might answer, or how you might answer that question. It can depend on like who you're working with or what the project is or whatever, but what's jumping out of my head right now is I had the
Television,
opportunity to be in Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, years ago when I was Daphne's tattooed fan, number 2. And then I know, I'm doing autographs in about 10 minutes. And then years later I got to be, why is it wet here? Then I got to be in the Supernatural episode that was a Scooby-Doo crossover episode later.
hilarious.
So I thought that having just the bookmark of Scooby-Doo, I thought it was really, the bookends was fun.
Favorite role?
So, favorite scene.
Stand-up scenes.
Stand-up scenes.
I got to
Wow.
say the line in Supernatural. The line.
Wow. I can think of a couple of things, but they were film. One was a bizarre thing I did in a voice of a computer. I think it was Outer Limits, and it was with I'm forgetting the names for God's sake. Joel Gray. He's passed away.
Yes.
And he played a professor, and his son died, and he studied neurology and consciousness.
I saw that.
Yeah, and so the whole premise was that his son died in the show, so he tried to capture the son's consciousness and put it into a robot. So they asked me to be on set to do this voice of the boy while I'm trying to operate this robot at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was Helen Shaver was the director. And so it was very cool to meet these people and work on that thing, but it was also very bizarre to have to do mouth flaps and also sort of puppetry from a distance while I'm trying to project with a mic, and it was bizarre, but it was really fun, yeah. I think it was golfing. I did a commercial, and it was pouring rain, and it was for BMO, And the premise was my husband and I being diehards, and so that's how we work for you at BMO. We never give up. And so they wanted to pick a day that was raining, and it wasn't. It was the sunniest day in the universe. So we went to Seymour Mountain, the golf course, and we had to shoot in the shade of these massive fir trees, and we had to have wetsuits on so that they could have these big rain machines, and they were blowing like leaves at us and everything, and it was freezing. It was April. That's all.
I've had the luck and joy of being in a lot of movies, and I've had a lot of great times with people. And sometimes, as Peter says, it's who you're working with. You know, sometimes the most fun you ever have on a set ends up being the worst movie, you know, unfortunately. But I would say there's two scenes that I remember very fondly. One was in a sci-fi futuristic movie, which I think ended up being called 2103, The Deadly Wake. But when we filmed it, it was just Deadly Wake. And it was with Malcolm McDowell, who was a hero to me for many years. And I got to work with him, and Malcolm and I became great friends over the course of that film. The film didn't turn out great, but working with Malcolm and having fun on set all the time was really a joy, and it's one of my happiest experiences, you know. And in terms of a scene that I remember that was big worldwide and so on was in Man of Steel, and where I have a showdown with Henry Cavill. You know, I was one of the Kryptons, I was the three evil Kryptons, and it was a very tricky scene and a very tight thing, but we got it in one take. And when you're working on a Zack Snyder film, that's like crazy.
Wow.
And it was a very satisfying thing. And Henry's a lovely guy, happy to report. So I have a happy memory of that. You know, so to me, it's not about what's my favorite scene, but I have happy memories of many films.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Experiences.
Yeah. Well, and on that note too, like I think I just wrapped a thing I still can't talk about yet, so I can't talk about that. But I'll say, you know, I'll say that, you know, some of my fondest memories just on film sets are just making movies with my friends. Just do an independent film in and around Vancouver and the Lower Mainland.
Like Time Helmet.
Time Helmet was great.
Time Helmet, a fine film that's going to be coming out fairly soon, we hope, which stars Peter New, and it's basically Mike Jackson is a Canadian director, a wonderful guy who was an editor for years and then started directing. And he's got a family of people, and he's worked with Peter. In fact, they did the Pinocchio.
Yeah,
film
Woodman.
was a beautiful short film.
Something you may have seen a couple years ago.
The Woodman. And so Mike tends to use a lot of us in his films. He's got a family of actors that he likes to use. And probably the most grotesque overacting I've ever done in my life.
It was gold. Solid gold.
I'm a blonde-wigged, tear-stained, over-made-up drag queen missing a leg. It was in a jail cell with Peter, and I finally got to work one-on-one with Peter. We've been in the same projects, but we hadn't worked together, so that was a joy. Because working with Peter is a beautiful experience. Right? You know,
Anyone will tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Pete didn't pay me to say that. I just mean it. You know. Actually, just one thing. One of my most favorite things where you talk about a culmination of things that come together. So. For me, there's two things there, but one of them was when I was 15, I was given mentorship and basically advice and kind of slapped around to become an actor by Christopher Plummer.
I kicked him in the ribs.
Oh, in Parnassus, yes. Yes.
Not on purpose.
No, I know.
I saw Gene Hackman in Super Value.
But Christopher Plummer, he basically challenged me to become an actor when I was 15, and I lived up to, I made promises to him that I have tried to keep my whole career. So when I got to work with him when I was about 30, it was a huge, huge thing for me. And he gave me so much advice on set because I'd come from the theater, I'd done film and stuff, but not a lot. And he gave me great advice. Like he basically said, you're throwing away your camera. This is something you need to do and think about this. And he gave me I learned more in one day with him, and I had 3 or 4 days with him, but that first day than I had in all the training I'd ever had. And he was amazing. And the other full circle was when I was in London, starting out trying to find whatever work I could. I got a job in the Rocky Horror Show in a small, it was a cinema in London, in the West End. And that's where they did the show where Tim Curry had done it and so on. And I got a job, my first ever paid theatrical job was as one of the ghouls in the Rocky Horror Show. And basically running around the audience, scaring them and stuff. And many years later, in 1995, there were 5 productions in the world to celebrate its 21st anniversary or birthday. And I got to play Frankenfurter in the North American production. And so that was a full circle for me, like having my first theatrical gig was watching it, and then to be the lead was, that's probably my happiest theater memory, was that show. So,
I'm just going to back it up too, just so we can wrap up. We'll finish some questions here. But Time Helmet.
Yeah, you got to see a promotion, like a preview of it, right?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to see it with my partner Sugar, and we loved it. We thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Super
It's even
fun.
better now.
Well,
We've
there
got
you
some
go.
special effects and everything in there. It's almost done.
I stole that pin.
Good.
Yeah. Little pin, little enamel pin. Anyways, thank you very much for your question.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hi, general question. When you are recording in a booth, do you normally record individually, like in a room alone? Or do you also sometimes record in a group with other people so that you can play off of each other?
Depends on the gig.
But after COVID, it was all back to individually in the booth, no group sessions.
Group sessions.
And now group sessions are coming back, and we love them.
And group
It's so much
sessions-
better.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Group sessions are known as prelay, and anime is often done one at a time.
Yes.
So the Japanese, the anime series, we go in and record. And so the director's got to help to tell you what's happening before and after. You don't necessarily have the previous roles recorded either. So both.
I hear that Samurai Pizza Cats was particularly famous for that kind of thing.
Although I have to say that in Los Angeles, they don't really do group records. They never really
You're
have.
missing out.
They traditionally don't in the States.
You're missing
For
out.
prelay, they pretty much come in solo, I think, for the most part.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Canadian thing. Mostly.
Sometimes when you patch, I did a thing in London. I played John Hammond in the interactive game for Jurassic Park because Richard Attenborough had died. And so all the original cast were doing their roles, and I was doing John Hammond, so I was the only actor not from the original cast. And so I was patched from here to London, and they had all people in it. And the first actor who went forward, I didn't know it was all the real cast. I thought it was all actors like me. And the first guy was Jeff Goldblum, and he did his lines, and I thought, God, that guy's really good. The bar is high. And I said to the director, because I wasn't in the room, I said, I have to just say before I start that the actor doing Jeff Goldblum is scary good. And the director said, it is Jeff Goldblum. and Jeff Goldblum said, hi. So they can do it by patching. You don't see the other people. You've at least got their energy with you. But it's better, I think we all agree, it's better in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
With the group.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's Canada. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We have
Good
our last
question.
question.
Last
now. We'll
question.
just take it quickly because we have a...
General question. At conventions, I know all of you would have been asked about characters that you have voiced or acted, but has there been any characters that you wish to talk about, but that wasn't asked as much as you wish? Like, say, for example, a lot of people today have been asking about Spike, but I do kind of find the life of Coco Pomel kind of a little bit...
Yeah, I agree. I
Liz
would have
Camille
loved
is
more of
amazing.
her.
So
I would have loved a whole Goldie Delicious spin-off series, I'll tell you that.
Can you get some Goldie Delicious?
Oh, yeah, you can have Goldie whenever you like.
I think it's an odd question to answer because we all wish we had more to do.
Of course.
But in terms of some characters that are tough to play and some are good, there's ones you'd like to play more or have a bit more storyline.
And it's all the choice of the writers, directors, producers, production group, which way the plot goes, why, who comes, who goes, yeah.
How an audience responds often dictates the depth or the lack of depth of a character coming in the next year. On a series that lasts for a time.
Come and talk to us in the autograph room. We're in the dealer's hall, you guys.
I was just going to say, who here knows where the vendor's hall is?
Hey, great questions, everybody. Thank you
and
so
who
much.
here is going there right away to get an autograph from these fine folks? All right.
Okay, it's you.
They will be there for the next hour and a half or so, depending on your how many of you show up. So come early, because you never know.
And somebody has to ask me about water slides.
Yes, and get an autograph. Once again, Peter New, Brian Doe, Kathy Westlock, and Mackenzie Gray. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys.
See you later.